Hi everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and in this video I have to warn you in advance. I've got a little bit of a bee in my bonnet. This could be a micro rant, but I'll tell you what, going into this, you gotta know that I'm gonna lay out some information that's kind of irritating me, but I have a question for you as well, and also maybe even a call to action if you get that bee that I have. So here we go. Okay people, so here it is. I personally have severe rheumatoid arthritis. And first of all, for those people who have it, holy smokes, you guys know it is rough. And being a younger guy, I honestly cannot believe how some of the elderly folks that I know of that have it can get through just basic day-to-day stuff. When I'm not taking medication, it's completely debilitating. And it's so bad that you can't even, put your clothes on, you can't grip things, and it's lots and lots of pain. And so basically I went to the doctor and jumped through a bunch of hoops. It took them a long time to figure out what I actually had. And they finally came up with a solution and a drug that I can take that actually works. Now, let me pause right here by saying, if there's a natural solution out there that you guys know of and you're holding out on me and you won't share the info with me, shame on you. Because I'd much rather have a natural solution to this issue, whether it's food related or whatever it is, I'd rather have the natural solution. However, all that said, I basically got put on a drug like that right there. It's called Symphony. This thing comes in the mail every month, okay? It's like a little injector, bam, shoots it in there, you barely feel it, and I tell you what, it's like a miracle. This shot basically eliminates completely any hint of arthritis, any hint of the symptoms, and it just plain works, and it works amazingly. That is not clearly the bee in my bonnet. The bee in my bonnet is this joker right here, costs $2,500. Breathe that in deep. $2,500, and guess how many times I have to take this? Every month. Boom. Now, I'm not even to the point of upset just yet, because holy smokes, I personally, me and my family, we have to have two different forms of insurance, plus co-pays, plus all kinds of nonsense just to get this drug. $2,500 a month. I gotta show you the math on this, and then I'm gonna come back to my bee in my bonnet, and hopefully you will help me get through this. We can get through this together. So this is the math. This is the way this breaks down. And I'm going very, very minuscule in terms of how much money this company is potentially making. And believe me, I'm all about, hey, you come up with something cool, you should be paid for it. Absolutely. But when you see these numbers, you might go, whoa. So check this out. Okay, so the statistics say that about 1.5 million people in the United States have rheumatoid arthritis. Now, since we can't really project, we don't know what the number is worldwide, we're gonna go super teeny weeny small. We're going itsy bitsy. Only 10% of the people in the United States, we're gonna go with that number. So if we basically start out with 150,000 people, which would be, keep in mind, extremely small when you're talking about a world population number. It could be literally 2 million people that are actually taking this drug. But we're gonna go on the low side just to show you how ridiculous these numbers get. So basically 10%, 150,000 folks. Now, keep in mind that this is a monthly shot, so they're charging monthly, right? So it's costing, the doctors say this costs, whoops, let's not do that. Let's go back, 150,000, and we're gonna multiply that times the $2,500 that the doctors say this cost. Bam. Now, that is an impressive number, is it not? 375 million. Ooh, enjoy this app. We'll enjoy it later. $375 million per month. Okay. Now you say, okay, that's a little ridiculous. That's so far out of whack because the insurance companies would never pay for it. Yada yada yippee skippy. Well, let's just go ahead and cut that number in half. Let's just divide that by 2. okay? And you go, oh man, 187,500,000. That's still ridiculous when you're talking a monthly thing. Wow, let's go another half, shall we? Okay, now we're talking $93 million. We've cut this thing by half and then a second half, and we're at the very, very, very low side of 150,000 people using this. Now let's just see just what the math does. Let's multiply this out times 12 months and see what we got. $1,125,000,000. Holy snot balls. And that is on the low side of the math, guys. That's B with a billion, and that is a very, very small estimate of the money these guys are making. Now, does this drug work? It absolutely works. Here's the thing, guys. B with a billion. Somebody explain to me how many billions of dollars it took to develop this. Because if they honestly said, you know, hey, we got $5 billion invested in this, well, I think they should be able to turn a profit. I'm all about, hey, you came up with it, you developed it, you guys did all that stuff, you should be able to turn a nice profit. No doubt there. However, we're talking, who spends $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion on a drug? That's how much they're making in 1 year. And that's what the teensy-weensy sliver, and keep cutting the profit in half, keep cutting the profit in half, and figuring in the insurance that they're not gonna pay the whole dang thing. This is out of whack. And I'm not just picking on these guys, because it's basically big pharma in general. And so I can't believe that there is really that much markup, or rather, it just seems out of control. It seems like they just pick random numbers out of the sky and go, I think we need to make this much, I think we need to make that much. And so here's the question for you guys. Maybe you don't have the same drug or same issue that I have, and that doesn't really matter for this question. The question is it worth it? Are they doing a service that is honest? Are they charging an honest profit? And you know, I am not a heavy-handed guy. I'm more libertarian than anything. I think that, you know, government should not have their hand in business, but I think this is way out of control. So have they gone too far? Should there be some kind of limits set on, not necessarily profit or anything like that, but just making it so the general public can afford it? I mean, why would you do that if it just doesn't make sense? So is it worth it? Are they being honest? Is there a way that we can actually, you know, I mean, because the thing is this, if it was regularly, you know, like a normal capitalistic kind of thing, I would just basically not take it. And then if enough of us said, well, it's not worth that, then they'll either lower their prices or they'll do something to entice us as consumers to use their product. Problem is, they're the only game in town that just plain works, so they can charge whatever the heck they want. Therein lies the rub, kids. Now, okay, so what can be done about this? Anything? Or are we just along for the ride and we just pay whatever they say arbitrarily, this is worth this? Because, you know, the realistic thing in my mind is, I mean, my guess is they didn't spend $5 billion developing that drug. Just saying. I don't know. They kind of keep those numbers under wraps, you know what I mean? So anyway, is there anything we can do about it? That's the other question. And then the call to action is, you know, hey, if you guys are tired of being charged like this, go ahead and start talking about it. Spread your comments down here. You know, a little pebble goes into a pond, but the ripples go out, and eventually people will listen. And eventually they may have to go, wow, there's a lot of people that are really not happy with what we're doing. Maybe we better change our strategy. I don't know if we can do anything at all. I'm just a guy with a camera on a homestead who's got rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm stuck with their product, and I don't really have much in the way of options. So anyway, sorry for the micro rant. I hope you guys will tolerate and come back tomorrow. I promise I'll be happy, Brad. I'll be happy, Brad, tomorrow. Yeah, so there you go. Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing day.